AITA for evicting my roommate's sourdough starter because it was judging my life choices. I, 27F, live with Mark, 28M. Mark picked up sourdough baking during the pandemic and never stopped. He treats his starter, which he named the Yeasty Boy, better than most people treat their actual children. The Yeasty Boy lives in a massive glass jar on the kitchen island. Mark even glued googly eyes onto the jar and wrapped it in a tiny hand-knitted scarf because he's convinced the ambience affects the fermentation. Every time I go into the kitchen to indulge in my sadness, those googly eyes are staring at me. It feels like the starter is judging my lack of productivity and my questionable nutritional choices. Lately, I've been going through a bit of a slump. I lost my job 3 weeks ago, and my diet has consisted almost exclusively of 2 a.m. microwave bean burritos and lukewarm cereal eaten over the sink. Last Tuesday, I had a particularly rough day after a bad interview. I went to the kitchen to eat a block of cheddar cheese like a handheld fruit, and I swear the bubbles in the jar popped in a way that sounded like a sigh of disappointment. I snapped. I grabbed the Yeasty Boy and moved him into the dark, cold nook under the stairs, basically a crawl space, and shut the door. I told him he was in timeout for being a snob. Mark came home and had a total meltdown when he couldn't find his son. When he finally found the jar, he was horrified. He says that putting a starter in a cold, dark crawl space is biological warfare and that the sudden temperature drop shocked the culture. He claims I've stunted its growth and that the bread he baked yesterday came out sad and flat because the yeast is now depressed and traumatized. Mark is demanding I pay for a premium organic flour revitalization kit and write a formal apology letter to the jar to restore the vibes in the kitchen. My sister says I'm being ridiculous and that I should just apologize to keep the peace, but I feel like I'm being gaslit by a jar of fermented flour and water. So, Reddit, AITA for putting a sourdough starter in the basement because its googly eyes were mocking my unemployment.